The cold room smells like frost and old blood and emptiness. I push open the heavy door. It scrapes against the ice on the floor. My breath fogs so thick I can barely see 2 steps ahead. The meat hooks are empty, all of them. They swing a little when I walk past, creaking on their chains. We used to have reindeer haunches hanging here. Rabbit, ptarmigan, even bear meat one winter. Now there is nothing but rust and frost. I check the shelf. 1 bag of frozen cloudberries, hard as marbles. 1 piece of jerky, small and dark and hard as a rock. That is it. That is all we have left.
Aiya?
I turn around. Nari is peeking around the doorframe. She is hugging her knees, wrapped in Ebby's old wool shawl. Her face is pale, paler than usual. She does not say she is hungry. She never does. She is a good girl. But I can see it in her eyes. I can see it in the way she holds herself. I take the jerky and pull out my knife. I cut it in half. I give her the bigger piece. Here, little potato. Eat this.
What about you?
I already ate. I did not eat. I have not eaten since yesterday morning. Go sit by the stove. Warm up your hands. She takes the jerky in her small fingers and shuffles away. I watch her go. She is so thin, too thin. If I do not catch something today, tomorrow will be worse. The day after that will be even worse. I close the cold room door and lean my head against the frozen wood for a moment. I close my eyes. Okay. Stop thinking, the river, go to the river. I pack the sled in the yard. My hands are clumsy in the cold. The tuura first, the big iron pick for breaking through ice. It is so heavy I need both hands to lift it. Then the koi, the wide scoop for clearing slush. The spear, 3-pronged and sharp. A blanket, a hatchet. A small tin for making fire if I need it. A piece of rope. Baron trots over from the barn, his tail wagging. He pushes his big head against my leg. He wants to come with me. No, boy, you stay. He whines, his ears go back. Stay, guard Nari. Guard the house, protect them. I point back at the door. He sits, but his ears stay down. He knows I am going somewhere cold and far and dangerous. I am sorry, Baron. But I need you here more than I need you there. I strap on my skis and grab the sled rope. I start pulling. The sled is heavy with tools. My shoulders pull tight immediately. The snow is deep, almost to my knees in some places. My skis make the same sound over and over.
Potato. Eat this.
What about you?
It is the only
I
sound
already
besides
ate.
the wind and my own breathing. The house
May.
disappears behind
I
me,
have not
then the
eaten
barn,
since yesterday
then the
morning.
chicken coop,
Yeah.
Go
the
sit
trees
by the
thin out.
stove. Warm up
The
your
world
hands.
opens up. Then I am at the river. I stop at the edge and stare. The river is a graveyard of ice. Jagged blocks stand up like frozen waves where the water fought the cold and lost. The sky is gray. The trees on the far shore look like black scratches. It looks like the end of the world. It looks like nothing lives here. But fish live under the ice. Big fish. Old fish. I just have to get to them. I take a deep breath. My lungs hurt from the cold.
Ooh.
I pull my scarf tighter over my nose and mouth and start walking out onto the ice. I walk for 10 minutes before I find the right spot. The black ice. It is smooth and clear, no snow covering it. You can see down into it, see the shadows and bubbles frozen inside. This is where the water is deep. This is where the current moves. This is where the big fish live. I drop the sled. I unwrap the tuura and lift it. Let's go. I raise it over my head and bring it down with everything I have. A white star blooms in the black ice. Chips spray up and hit my face. I hit it again. Again. The sound echoes across the empty river. My arms shake from the impact. The tuura is heavy, solid iron, old as the mountains. My father's father used this same pick. Maybe his father too. Maybe his father's father. It does not care if I am small. It does not care if I am tired. It just is. After 10 minutes, my shoulders are burning. The muscles in my back are screaming. After 20 minutes, I have to stop. I lean on the pick and shake out my arms. I can barely feel my hands. Come on, Aiya. Keep going. You have to keep going. I lift the pick again. I am sweating now. Bad. This is bad. Sweat in the cold is how people die. It soaks into your clothes, and then when you stop moving, it freezes and you freeze with it. I unzip my outer coat to let the cold air in. The wind hits my damp shirt, and I gasp out loud. Cold, so cold, like knives on my skin. But I cannot stop now. I go back to chipping. Chip, scoop the slush with the koi. Chip, scoop, scoop. The rhythm is everything. If I think too much, I will realize how tired I am, how much my body hurts. So I just do the work. Chip, scoop, scoop. The ice is thick. Over a meter, maybe more. The hole gets deeper. Darker. My hands are cramping now. I can barely grip the handle. I slip on a wet patch and fall hard on my knee. The pain shoots up my leg. It hurts. It hurts so much. I want to cry. I want to go home and sit by the stove with Nari and Ebby, and never come out here again. But there is no food at home. There is nothing at home. This is the only way. I get up. My knee throbs. I keep chipping. The hole gets deeper. The ice gets wetter. My arms feel like they're going to fall off. Finally, I feel the pick punch through. Black water rushes up into the hole. I step back, breathing hard. Steam rises from my mouth. My whole body is shaking. Okay. The hole is done.
I lift the pick
Now the
again.
hard part.
The forest is quiet, not silent. Nothing in Yakutia is ever truly silent, but quiet. The wind moves through the birch trees. A raven calls somewhere far away. In the trees, 200 meters from the river, I stand among the birch grove. My furs are white and gray, the same color as the trees. My hood is up. If someone were not looking for me, if they did not know what to look for, they would not see me. I am part of the forest. I am a shadow. I watch Aiya through my scope. Old military issue, scratched and dented. I have had it for years. Through the scope, I watch her chip the ice.
Scoop.
I see her arms shake. I see her stop to rest. I see her fall on the ice hard and my whole body tenses. Get up, get up.
Darker.
She gets up. I see her wipe her face with her sleeve. I see her go back to work. My jaw tightens. She is struggling. She is small and the work is hard and she is alone. I shift my weight like I am going to step forward. My hand moves toward the strap of my pack. I could finish that hole in 5 minutes, but I stop. I lower the scope and look at the river, the empty white expanse, the silence. The hunt has already begun. The moment she broke the ice, Bayane was watching. If I walk out there now, my weight will send vibrations through the ice. The fish will scatter. The spirit will be offended. I know this. My father taught me this. My grandfather taught my father. The hunt belongs to the one who starts it. To interfere is to steal. To steal from Bayane is to anger the river. I lift the scope again. She is finishing the hole now. She is exhausted. I can see it in the way she moves, but she does not quit. I nod, just a little, just to myself. The river will provide for her, or it will not. That is not for me to decide. I scan the opposite tree line through the scope. Wolves. There are always wolves in winter. That is different. Wolves do not respect the hunt. Wolves only take pike, I will not interfere with her work. That would dishonor us both. But I will not let the wolves take her either. I settle deeper into the snow, my back against a birch tree. I pull my rifle closer. I keep watch.
I stop and rotate them, rolling them back. The muscles are tight. My hands are cramping inside the mittens. I pull out my thermos from the sled. I twist the cap off and take a sip of tea. Ebby made it this morning, strong black tea with a little butter and salt. It is still warm. The steam explodes into the air the moment it leaves the thermos. It rises in a white cloud and vanishes like a ghost. Minus 64 degrees. The air eats everything warm. I take another sip. The heat spreads down my throat into my chest. I close the thermos and put it back. I pick up the tuura again. The hole gets deeper. The ice turns from blue to black to blue again. There are layers, seasons frozen in time. I can see bubbles trapped in the ice from last spring. I can see a tiny leaf perfectly preserved. I keep chipping. The tuura breaks through. Water floods up into the hole, black and cold. I step back quickly. The water rises and then settles, sloshing gently. Finally, I use the koi to scoop out the last bits of broken ice. Then I go to the sled and get the reindeer skin. It is old and worn, but it is thick. I spread it on the ice next to the hole. This will keep my body from freezing to the surface. I lie down on the skin on my stomach. I position myself so my head is right over the hole. Then I pull the heavy blanket over my head and the water. The world goes dark. For a moment I cannot see anything, just blackness. My heart beats fast. Stay calm. Your eyes will adjust. Slowly, so slowly, the darkness changes. The water below begins to glow. Not really glow, but the light finds a way in. Green light, amber light. It comes from somewhere deep, filtered through the ice and the water. It is like looking into another world. Outside the blanket, I can hear the wind howling. A long, lonely sound across the ice. Inside the blanket, there is nothing, just silence. Just my breathing. I breathe slowly, carefully. If I breathe too hard, I will make ripples in the water. The fish will feel them. They will stay away. I reach for the lure. A hand-carved wooden fish, painted red and white. My father made it. His hands carved the scales, one by one. I tied it to a thin line weeks ago. I lower it into the water. The lure sinks, spinning slowly. The red paint looks black in the green water. I hold the line between my fingers. I twitch it just a little. The wooden fish dances in the void. It rises. It falls, it spins. I wait. Nothing happens. I lie there, watching the green water, watching the lure dance. My breathing is the only sound. My arms are starting to ache from holding the position. I shift slightly, trying to ease the pressure on my ribs. The cold from the ice is seeping through the reindeer skin now, through my coat, into my bones. Then I hear it, a sound deep and far away, like a groan, like a giant animal waking up. The ice, the river ice, is not silent, it is alive. It shifts and cracks and breathes. The sound travels for kilometers, echoing under the surface. It sounds like whales singing, like sonar pinging in the dark. Ping, gruuin. It is beautiful and terrifying at the same time. I keep watching the water. The lure keeps dancing. Nothing. How long have I been here? I do not know. Time does not work under the blanket. There is only the green light and the waiting. My fingers are going numb. I can barely feel the line anymore. My eyelashes have frosted over again. Every time I blink, I feel the ice crack. Wait. Just wait. Then a shadow. It blocks the green light from below. Just for a second. Then it is gone. My heart jumps. I keep the lure moving. The shadow comes back. Bigger this time, closer. There. The pike drifts into view. It does not swim fast. It moves like smoke, like a dream. Slow and lazy and huge. So huge, it is bigger than any fish I have ever seen. Longer than my arm. Thick as my thigh. Its body is dark green with black spots. Its mouth is massive. Its eyes are like black glass reflecting nothing. A river monster. I force myself to stay still. My hand on the spear shaft tightens. The leather of my glove creaks. Do not move. Do not breathe loud. Do not scare it. The pike drifts closer to the lure. It watches the wooden fish dance. Its eyes do not blink. Then it turns away. No, come back. I twitch the lure once, just once. The pike stops. It turns its head. It drifts back. Good, come closer. It opens its mouth slightly. I can see its teeth. Rows of them, sharp and white. The pike moves toward the lure. Slow, so slow. Its mouth opens wider. Now. I drive the spear down with everything I have. The spear leaves my hand. It is not me driving it down, it is the hunger. I feel the impact shudder through the wood, a heavy, dull thud that stops my heart. Connected, the fish thrashes violently. The water turns white with bubbles and silt and blood. I throw the blanket off. The bright light blinds me for a second. The wind hits my face like a slap. The pike is fighting. It is pulling. It is so strong. I brace my boots against the ice and hold the spear with both hands. My arms shake. The fish twists and pulls and tries to dive back down into the black. No, you don't. I pull, I use my legs, I use everything. The pike comes up. Its head breaks the surface. Water sprays everywhere. It opens its mouth and I see those teeth again, snapping at the air. I pull harder. I lean back. My boots slip on the ice, but I do not fall. With one final pull, I heave the fish out of the water and onto the snow. It lands with a heavy thud. It thrashes on the ice, its tail slapping, its body twisting. The spear is still through it. Blood drips onto the white snow, bright red. I grab the hatchet from my belt and hit the pike once on the head. Hard, it stops moving. Silence. I sit back on my heels, gasping for air. My whole body is shaking. My arms feel like jelly. My lungs burn from the cold air. I look at the fish. It is nearly half my size, maybe more. 50 pounds, maybe 60. I did it. I watch as the water on its scales begins to freeze. In seconds, the wetness turns to white frost. The fish's body stiffens. The gills stop moving. The cold claims it, turns it to stone. I sit there for a long moment, just breathing. Just looking at the fish. At the hole in the ice. At the empty river stretching away in every direction. Then I whisper the old words, the words Ebby taught me. Thank you, Bayane. Thank you, Spirit of the River. Thank you for your gift. The wind is the only answer. I stand up slowly. My legs are stiff. My knee still hurts from where I fell, but I do not care. I have food. I have enough food for a week. Maybe more. Nari will eat tonight. Mom will eat. Ebby will make soup. We will be okay. I start packing up my tools. The tuura, the koi, the blanket. I tie the pike to the sled with the rope. It is so heavy the sled barely moves when I pull it. I put on my skis and start the long walk home. Behind me, the hole in the ice begins to freeze over. By tomorrow, it will be gone. Like I was never here.
200 meters away, in the tree line, I watch through the scope. I see her stand up with the fish. I see her tie it to the sled. I see her start walking toward home, small and slow against the white expanse. I lower the scope. She did it by herself, with her own hands, her own strength. Then I turn and disappear into the birch trees. The forest swallows me. In seconds, there is no trace I was ever there.
On the river, Aiya keeps walking. The sound of her skis is the only sound in the world. She walks, one step, then another, then another. The house is still far away, but she will get there, she always does. The world has turned purple. Blue hour. The sun is gone, but the dark has not come yet. Everything is bruised. Purple sky, purple snow, purple shadows stretching long across the ice. The only warm thing in the whole world is the orange square of our window. Far away, small but there, I drag the sled behind me. The runners cut through the snow. The pike is frozen solid now, curved like a banana, tied tight to the wood. So heavy, but I do not care. We have food. We have food for a week. I am exhausted. My arms feel like they are going to fall off. My knee throbs with every step, but I am smiling under my scarf.
It is so heavy, the sled barely moves when I pull it. I put on my skis
rich and
start
thick,
the long
pike broth with onions and potatoes. Ebby will add the dried herbs from the rafters. Mom will slice the meat thin. Nari will eat until her belly is full. I cannot wait to see Nari's face. I hum a little tune, one of Ebby's old songs. I do not even realize I am doing it until I hear my own voice in the silence. I stop at the ridge to catch my breath. I look at our house. The chimney smoke is rising straight up into the purple sky. Good, the fire is still going. They are warm. I pick up the sled rope and keep walking. I reach the perimeter fence. The posts stick up out of the snow like broken teeth. I whistle 2 short notes. Baron's whistle. Usually, he explodes from the porch before I even finish. He knocks me over. He licks my face. He is too much dog and too much love all at once. But now nothing. Silence. I stop. The sled stops behind me. Baron. Nothing. Something is wrong. I unsling the rifle from my back. My hands move fast, automatic. Check the safety. Off. Chamber ready. I leave the sled and the fish. I move toward the barn. The barn is separate from the house, 30 meters away. The big door faces me. I stop. The heavy wooden crossbar, the one that takes 2 hands to lift, the one Dad installed because wolves tried to get in 3 winters ago, is leaning against the snowbank. The door is open, not wide, just a crack, swaying in the wind. My heart starts pounding. A wolf cannot lift a crossbar. Wind cannot lift a crossbar. Only a person can lift a crossbar. I raise the rifle. I do not go to the barn yet. I go to the house first. Nari. I need to see Nari. I move low and fast. I reach the kitchen window and wipe the frost away with my sleeve. I press my face close to the glass. Inside, the stove is glowing. The lamp is lit. Nari is sitting at the table. She is wearing her big headphones, the ones Dad got her last year. She is drawing something with colored pencils. Her tongue sticks out a little when she concentrates. She is safe, thank God. Thank God she is safe, but something is wrong. Nari keeps looking at the door. Like she is waiting for someone, like she heard something. I pull back from the window. My breath is coming fast. The barn. Someone is in the barn. I will not lead them to Nari. I move toward the barn. My boots are quiet on the snow. The rifle is up. My finger is on the trigger guard. I reach the door. I take a breath. I chamber around. The sound is so loud, it echoes. I want them to hear it. I want them to know I am armed. I kick the door open. Get out. Get out now. The barn is dark, warm. It smells like hay and animals and something else, something sweet. Molasses. I swing the rifle barrel left, right, shadows everywhere. I will shoot. I mean it. Nothing moves. I hear breathing, low and heavy. I spin toward it. Baron, he is in the corner, curled up on the straw. He lifts his head and looks at me. His eyes are sleepy, guilty. Baron. Then I see it between his paws. A bone, a big meaty bone, fresh. Someone gave this to him. Someone bribed my dog. You stupid animal. Bielachka makes a sound, a low, content moo. I turn, she is in her stall, calm. Too calm, I lower the rifle. My hands are shaking. Someone was here. Someone was in my barn while I was on the ice. I grab the kerosene lantern from the hook and light it with trembling fingers. The match flares. The wick catches. Warm orange light fills the barn. I hold the lantern high and look around. Everything looks normal. The tools on the wall. I stop the feed trough. It is full, not with our dry hay, not with the old grain we ration out carefully. Premium grain pellets, the expensive kind, the kind the wealthy ranchers use, the kind that costs more than we make in a month. Bielachka is eating it, greedy, happy. I walk to the main support post in the center of the barn. Something is there. Something white against the dark wood. A piece of paper, nailed to the post, right at eye level. I hold the lantern close. It is a form, official, printed, the kind veterinarians use. I read it. Livestock assessment. Animal Bielachka cow. Condition utter inflammation observed. Early stage frostbite on teats. Facility temperature inadequate for winter lactation. Recommendation, immediate relocation to heated facility required. Offer price, 50,000 rubles. Signed V.V. Viktor. He was here. He came into my barn. He fed my dog so Baron would not bark. He examined my animals. He judged me. I ripped the paper off the post. The nail tears through it. My hands are shaking so hard, I almost dropped the lantern. He did this while I was fighting the ice. While I was chipping that hole with frozen hands. While I was lying on the river, risking everything to feed my family. I look at the grain in the trough. Bielachka is still eating. She does not understand. She just knows it tastes good. It is charity. It is poison. It is him saying I cannot take care of my own animals. I walk to the barn door. I stand in the frame, looking out at the purple night. There in the snow, fresh tire tracks, leading away from our property, leading back toward the road. He was here, he violated our home, and he left like it was nothing. The wind rises. It howls across the yard. Behind me, Bielachka keeps chewing the expensive grain. The sound is loud, heavy, ominous. I stand there holding the torn paper in my fist, watching the darkness. This is not over.